Parents, your support means everything to your athletes and to us at Varsity Media. To help us continue bringing you the best YouTube coverage of high school sports on Long Island, we invite business owners to consider a sponsorship on our broadcasts. If you own a business, consider a sponsorship for your athlete's team. It's a great way to show support, gain visibility, and keep the coverage going strong. Join us in making a difference. Contact Varsity Media today to learn more about broadcast sponsorship opportunities by emailing ben@varsitymedia.net.
At St. Francis Heart Center, we're not just regional heart experts. We share our greater success with the world. We don't just pioneer technology. We do it more than anywhere on Greater Long Island. And we don't just win awards. We deliver greater outcomes for people like you. As New York's only specialty designated cardiac center, we're not satisfied with just being good. This is Long Island. This is St. Francis Heart Center. And greater lives here.
It is one of the most anticipated high school lacrosse games in the country. Two longtime rivals, two of the best in the game. Get it on again. It's the latest edition of Chaminade and St. Anthony's, and it's all right here on the Varsity Media Sports Network. Today's game sponsored by Catholic Health as well as Beschel and Associates. Jared Beschel and Associates law firm specializes in all aspects of commercial and residential real estate transactions from New York City to Montauk. If you're looking to speak with a real estate attorney regarding your next real estate transaction, contact Jared Beschel at 516-490-1200 or email jbeschel@beschellaw.com. So we welcome you into the Beschel and Associates pregame show. Dylan Butler alongside Brian Soper. And Soap, listen, it's simple to say, right? It's one of those games that you circle on your calendar. It is a must-watch game. There's 43 Division I players between these two teams. I'll say that again, 43 guys who will go on and play at the highest level in college. I mean, there's almost nothing else to say than Chaminade and St. Anthony's.
Yeah, Ohio State, Michigan, Cortland, Ithaca, Army, Navy. On the island, we have GC Manhasset. That's pretty good, too. But this is as good as it gets. The respect, the admiration, the friendship, and the competitiveness of this game is unmatched. And just think about the names that have played in this. O'Neill, McAdory, Concannon, Schreiber, Leo, Duffy, Kavanaugh, Edelman, Earhart, Gibson, Dunn, Ty. It's just ridiculous. Whether it's high school lacrosse, professional lacrosse, college lacrosse, these two teams are the main two on Long Island.
And make no mistake, listen, these guys play together in the summer. They're friends, right? Not this afternoon. And the chirping that goes on between these rivals continues in college, in the PLL, and beyond. This is what makes this one of the greatest rivalries in the country. When we talk about Chaminade, listen, the Flyers are rolling. 8-1 on the season, 7 wins in a row. And so much of what Chaminade does is started at the faceoff X. We just showed you a second ago on the field. Quinn Ball getting ready to do what he does best. And listen, you win the faceoffs, you get possessions. It's an attack in midfield that returns so many parts from last year. These guys are poised. It's probably the best version of Chaminade since they last won the Catholic Championship.
Some really important pieces coming back. You took some lumps last year, some growing pains, the entire attack back. You replace your new goalie this year is going to Notre Dame. Face-off guy has been a 4-year varsity starter with Quinn Ball. This is the year Chaminade really has it rolling right now.
And two guys they will look to lean on this afternoon in their rivalry showdown against St. Anthony's. We'll bring you
Yeah, John Balsamo. He wears the black shoes, the black socks, the black stick. You can't miss him. If it's a big game, he shows up. Going to UVA, number 1 in the program and number 1 point scorer on the attack for Chaminade. And then you got Lou D'Agostino on the defense. Coach Moran called him the godfather of the defense, but he'll take your stick and the ball. Just an amazing player, plays with great energy. You see him on the wings. You also see him down low. Just an absolute beast going to Syracuse.
Yeah, Balsamo, D'Agostino, no strangers to this rivalry, and they're looking to put their stamp on this one today. When we look at St. Anthony's, we just saw them against Spalding last week, and Spalding, well, lo and behold, they're the best team in the country right now by USA Lacrosse. It's a rare back-to-back losing streak for the Friars. But listen, Keith Weiserick says, yes, we're injured, yes, we're banged up, but honestly, you throw all of that out when it's this rivalry game. It doesn't matter how you play coming into it. The game is its own organism.
They play the toughest schedule in the country, and they've lost to some really good teams. They've been injured at the X, but no excuses, right? They're here. They're going to bring it, and they want to win. They want to keep their winning streak going.
And who will be 2 guys they'll lean on? We'll bring you those guys now. It's our impact players for the Friars.
Yeah, Gary Merrill going to UNC, two sports star. 26 goals so far, 51 TDs. The kid knows how to score. He knows how to bring the energy. Merrill needs to have a huge day if St. Anthony's is going to win. And Bramoff might be the best player so far for St. Anthony's this year, going to UVA, junior, elected captain. You see his ability to push the ball in transition, take it away as well. He's been a real asset in the clearing game, allowing for St. Anthony's to get their offense going, which is younger than normal.
Yeah, so Merrill and Bramoff will hope to keep this winning streak in this rivalry going. 8 straight wins for the Friars. That dates back to May of 2021. Both of these teams know that number very, very well. So
yeah, Chaminade, it's a different season, but opening week 0, we had Chaminade St. Anthony's in football. Chaminade 31-28, they won that one. Can they end the streak here on the lacrosse field?
Let's meet the starters for both of these teams. Our starting lineups brought to you by Beschel and Associates. First for the visiting Flyers. Listen, Balsamo, Gillis, and Cutton, they have been together for a couple of years. It's great to have that synergy on your starting attack line.
That's not bad. Hopkins, Duke, Virginia.
Your midfield is slated to be Lynch, Connolly, and Voorhees. We'll keep an eye on number 10 for Chaminade if he's able to go. Might be a little bit banged up right now. LSM, Gavin Duran, and your close D. Also guys, right, who are back. Fitzpatrick, the lefty. D'Agostino, we mentioned before, and Peter Gerbasi as well. A really talented close D. For Kieran Walsh, the Chaminade goalie. There is a pipeline, which we'll show you later on in the broadcast, from Mineola out to South Bend, and Walsh is the latest.
6'4", prototypical goalie that you want. He stands tall in the net. He communicates. He can clear the ball. Just screams Division I talent. And, Caputo was great last year for them, but Kieran Walsh is a different animal. He is one of the best goalies in the entire country.
And so those are your starters for Chaminade. As we get set for this one, let's meet the starters for St. Anthony's. And the Friars roll out a really talented team, but a difference in this game is maybe not as experienced in the varsity level, right? You've got Rooney, Massaro, and Harrigan up front. Merrill, Jake Johnston, what a season he's had, and Alex Ruddy as well in your first midfield. Parker McDonald, one of the best LSMs around. And then a really good close D as well. Bramoff, Kelton, and Inzarillo. Kelton was a question mark. He's going to be able to give it a go. And at St. Anthony's, they have an embarrassment of riches of really good goalies. They'll split time, but today it is Dennis Brady in the cage.
Yeah, a man named Brady in the cage today, going to Lynn University. Has been really steady for St. Anthony's. Very athletic kid. Although, a little smaller in stature, fills the net up, makes clean saves, very good in the outlet game, very good in the clearing game. Brady needs to make 15 to 20 today for St. Anthony's if they want to continue their winning streak.
So as we get ready for the start of this one, of course, we spoke with both head coaches before the start of this. Let's talk about the keys to the game, also brought to you by Bechel and Associates.
Yeah, no shocking, right? There's no shock here. Face off like we have been. Everyone from the deli to down the street to in 7-Eleven, everyone's talking about the face off advantage Chaminade should have today. Well, let's see if it continues. Understand who to slide to. Some guys we don't. I bet you number 16 Merrill they want to slide to, and they really want to shoot well. St. Anthony's, we need possessions. Clearing game's got to be clean. We got to ride, value the ball, and push tempo when possible. 6-on-6, Chaminade's real tough.
It is Chaminade and St. Anthony's. The latest chapter coming up next, right here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
At Catholic Health, when we see our island, we see extraordinary life. The most extraordinary of which is you. It's because our Catholic faith places the highest value on people. All people. It's the inspiration for our exceptional medical care with unmatched compassion. And it's why at Catholic Health you're more than a patient. You're someone's family, best friend, and a neighbor to us all. Long live Long Island.
Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for upcoming schedules and content, and on social media at Varsity Media.
Parents, your support means everything to your athletes and to us at Varsity Media. To help us continue bringing you the best YouTube coverage of high school sports on Long Island, we invite business owners to consider a sponsorship on our broadcasts. If you own a business, consider a sponsorship for your athlete's team. It's a great way to show support, gain visibility, and keep the coverage going strong. Join us in making a difference. Contact Varsity Media today to learn more about broadcast sponsorship opportunities by emailing ben@varsitymedia.net.
For the latest news in high school sports, be sure to check out varsitymedia.net or follow us on social media at Varsity Media.
At Catholic Health, when we see our island, we see extraordinary life. The most extraordinary of which is you. It's because our Catholic faith places the highest value on people. All people. It's the inspiration for our exceptional medical care with unmatched compassion. And it's why at Catholic Health you're more than a patient. You're someone's family, best friend, and a neighbor to us all. Long live Long Island.
Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for upcoming schedules and content, and on social media at Varsity Media.
Parents, your support means everything to your athletes and to us at Varsity Media. To help us continue bringing you the best YouTube coverage of high school sports on Long Island, we invite business owners to consider a sponsorship on our broadcasts. If you own a business, consider a sponsorship for your athlete's team. It's a great way to show support, gain visibility, and keep the coverage going strong. Join us in making a difference. Contact Varsity Media today to learn more about broadcast sponsorship opportunities by emailing ben@varsitymedia.net.
For the latest news in high school sports, be sure to check out varsitymedia.net or follow us on social media at Varsity Media.
Back here at Cy Donnelly Field, Dylan Butler, Brian Soper, our entire Varsity Media crew, as we meet the head coaches in this showdown of friendly arch rivals. And of course, two legends as well. For Chaminade, their head coach is going to meet the visiting head coach right now. Perfect for our cameras, no doubt. That is Jack Moran in his 45th season at the helm of Chaminade. For Moran, wearing the camouflage hat at the 45 right now. Division 1970, right? 623 career wins for the Flyers. A legend in this game. And, of course, the St. Anthony's head coach is Keith Weiserick in his 26th season at the helm. Class of 1986, 349 career wins for Weiserick. So as we are set to go, time to locate those who will battle at the faceoff X. On the one side, Mikey Riley will give it a go, was out for his last game, back healthy again. And Quinn Ball, listen, those numbers are outrageous. He is one of the best in his profession in the country.
Quinn Ball going to UPenn, 4-time varsity, the only one ever in Chaminade history.
Ball with the win, and the Flyers are on attack.
Yeah, he's at 86%. Machado Rodriguez, who was a great one, finished the season with 82%, and he went to Yale.
Low shot in the finish. What a way to start for Balsamo.
We highlighted him in the open. He plays huge in big games. Two guys right away. Quinn Ball wins the faceoff, gets it to Balsamo. He wastes no time, gets to that left hand. He's going to roll back, get his hands free, going against McDonald. Great shot, finds the low corner, beats Brady. Great flying start for the Flyers.
For the junior from Manhasset, goal number 21 on the season. Ball was elite at doing this last year. His head coach, Jack Moran, says he is super elite this year.
Yeah, 22 for 22 against Wilton, and so far he's 2 for 2.
And listen, the formula is pretty simple sometimes in this game, right? You win the faceoffs, you've got an experienced attack line. You win more games than you lose that shot.
Feed them the ball.
Off the mark by Balsamo.
Yeah, it's good to have Mikey Riley back for St. Anthony's, going with Delphi, senior.
It's Sean Connolly. He'll be a two-way midi for the Flyers. Draws the short stick matchup. And up top, it's Connor Cutton. Heading to Hopkins. Back to Balsamo. A little hop, a little skip. Question mark. Good block on that play by Chris Inzerillo.
Good defense by him. Senior going to Sacred Heart, left-handed. You see Balsamo, how two-handed he is, makes him such a difficult guard, but great job by the lefty.
Here's Gillis. James Gillis on his left, back to X.
Gillis draws Bram off. Get used to that in the ACC.
Yeah. Jump shot, great save by Brady.
Yeah, good job. He held the pipe. Good defense as well, keeping that shot at a low angle. That's what Brady's really good at, saving those low angle shots, which is a huge part of the game right now.
That was Cutton with the shot. And here's Gary Merrill. Gary Merrill, we expect flag on the play. Chaminade defending with 7. I know the plan is to keep an eye out, and there's also a Flyer player down in front of the net as well.
Yeah, Gavin Fitzpatrick. Kind of a non-contact type injury.
And you always get concerned about those.
It is hot. It is spring break. Hopefully it's just a cramp.
And there you see the official 30-second technical foul. So if Fitzpatrick is sidelined for any amount of time, we expect to see a good amount of Liam Traynor, the junior from nearby Huntington.
See Ryan Batista go down on the man down. Battaglia.
So man up, 30 seconds for the Friars.
Got to find Merrill. Got to find Rooney. Harrigan right now is inside. The lefty going to Maryland.
Rooney. There's Merrill. You've got cutters for Harrigan. And he finds Ronayne. We're even. So Chaminade kills off that 30-second technical foul. And there's Johnston trying to get downhill.
Especially with the face-off X, you have to maximize your possessions if you're St. Anthony's.
Merrill, high heat. And that's going to be a tremendous matchup all game long. D'Agostino on him.
It's going to be great because, you know, the lefty guarding a righty who really likes to sweep hard to that right hand. A little out-of-bound play by St. Anthony's, guarded well by Chaminade.
Yeah, and then with the shot clock, Merrill will just dump it in the corner. So job well done by the Flyers defensively.
A great job by Chaminade. I think you're okay with that, too, if you're St. Anthony's.
Well, you're not okay with that, I think. Little errant pass. Walsh there to scoop it up. Sloppy on the clearance. McDonald scoops it up at midfield. Unfortunate for St. Anthony's. It will go to Chaminade after all.
Yeah, referee Casper says he's playing it from out of bounds. Stepped on the line.
So Chaminade on the Balsamo goal with the 1-0 lead.
Balsamo scored that kind of early 6-on-6 offense. They real patient in their last possession. Got a good shot. Real confident group on offense.
There's Gillis. Good switch. Feed in front. And that shot just wide. Back up there, though, for Chaminade.
That's good to see Lynch in there. Gillis fed the crease. Great handle by him.
Balsamo, that's Sam Fox. Brother Ben wore the 19 for Chaminade a year ago. Now a defender down in Chapel Hill. Balsamo, Inzerillo on him. An errant pass out to midfield. It will land in the Chaminade bench. So no doubt we expect some nerves early on, and players maybe unfamiliar with this rivalry, at least some of them on the varsity level. It's a different feel.
Yeah, cut and tried, overthrew the skip pass there.
We see Mason Solomon, number 5, in for St. Anthony's. Again, some injuries for the Friars. So he's part of that second midfield unit right now.
Yes, this is Billy Atkinson, Jr. going to Bryant. Lacrosse family, sister going to Vanderbilt, twin sister.
Solomon to X. So Harrigan looks to spin and operate. Nowhere to go. Really good defense by Gavin Duran.
Yeah, great plays so far by all the Poles.
Feed in front. Still alive for St. Anthony's. That's Ronayne, the junior from Oakdale. Double comes.
That's Lou.
Save by Walsh. Rebound is potted home. Mason Solomon.
Yeah, Solomon. Johnny on the spot there. Real great battle at X. Get to the 5-on-5. right? Billy Atkinson gets to the tough spot. Great save by Walsh. Solomon picks it out of the air, buries a big goal for St. Anthony's. Not just that he scored, it was a great possession, used a lot of the clock. That's what St. Anthony's is going to need today.
Paulie Lenigro, we saw a lot of him. He's at the face-off X now trying it against Quinn Ball. And Ball goes backwards, wins it to himself. What'd you say it was 23 for 23 against Wilton? So he's at least won his last 26 face-offs.
You would think he would jump one time, maybe anticipate the whistle, or a ref, might blow the whistle too early, but nothing. He's perfect.
We will see a lot of different players running in on the second midfield for Chaminade. That includes Cooper Mendelson right now, number 24.
But the thing about Ball is it's not by accident, right? Coach Moran calls it. He got the 19 jersey because he works the hardest. He does all the dirty work.
What a feed in front. And the finish. Catch and shoot. Is that Finn Pizzo, 40?
Great feed. Cooper Mendelson, senior, going to Wesleyan. He's a point guard in hoops. You see it here. His eyes are up, finds a cutter, puts it right on the stick. Great finish by Finn Pizzo, the sophomore, part of that super sophomore, kind of third, 2.5 midi line. His 6th goal on the season.
We'll go quick. Balsamo off another face-off win by Ball. You mentioned Ball before. The rare 4-year varsity lacrosse player at Chaminade. He was the first.
Yeah, that's when you know you're good. You break the rules, right? Will Chamberlain, they needed to make 3 seconds. Ball, 4-year varsity.
Gillis! Great save by Brady.
That's a ridiculous stop by him. That's one of the best shooters in the country. Staring down a left-handed sniper. Great save by Brady. Good job by Gillis getting to his left hand.
McDonald under duress. But an opportunity now for shot for the Friars. And the finish, Jake Johnston.
Your players have to show up. Bramoff has to show up. Parker McDonald has to show up. Jacob Johnston has to show up. And here we got it, right? McDonald with a save on the sideline. Finds Bramoff, who gets it to Johnston. The Hopkins commit.
Goal number 20 on the season for him.
Yeah, Jack Moran, one of his biggest influences was Jack Emmer. Well, that's Jack Emmer's grandson scoring the 2nd goal for the Friars.
Oh, a little more difficult, but Quinn again with the win. Quinn, what a feed to the cage! And Gillis. That's how you respond, so.
We are off and running here at Cy Donnelly Field. It doesn't take much when you win a face-off. Great job pushing the middle. Nice little lever pass. Finds Gillis. Little dip and dunk for the future Blue Devil. Shaking his head. Loving it. Back and forth action here at St. Anthony's.
Gillis, goal number 19 on the season. Ball wins it backwards. And there's a flag on the play as well on a hit during that wing play.
Yeah, Bakir's scooped up the GB, took a hit. He's fired up.
Christian Atwell, number 36, junior. He's that fire plug, that tough, emotional kid here for Chaminade. And there's Johnny Cash, the man in black. Balsamo.
I love how they give their attackmen space to dodge. Their spacing is very good. When you have great dodges with elite vision, it's very tough to defend.
Balsamo trying to pick his spot. Slide comes, pushes it back out. Sidearm shot by Lynch. Save by Brady. We've got a foul on the play.
Essentially, that was a free possession with the flag down. Lynch, the Notre Dame commit. Brady looks locked in so far.
So this will be a 1-minute cross check. Chaminade will be a man up.
The flag was right off the face-off.
So Gillis to put it back into play.
Got to find 3.
Here he is.
Look for Cutton to be a feeder.
How about 1 against 1 right now? McDonald versus Balsamo.
Gavin Lynch is inside. We saw him handle a tough ball before.
Gillis, somehow that feed got through. Brady, though, terrific save.
You see the vision of Gillis. Little roll reversal there. Gillis feeding Cutton. Brady's been very, very tough up top so far. Maybe look to put some on the ground.
We mentioned earlier, right, you've got 2 terrific goalies, Brady and Dylan Rappaport, the junior. And they have been alternating starts since that trip to Notre Dame.
You saw the vision by Gillis. That's what makes him really good. He can score. He's got great vision. Number 2 ranked junior. Comparable to Justin Gutterding in terms of his game. Can kind of do it all.
And now we are even. That's Alex Ruddy. Back out to Johnston. Scored the first one for St. Anthony's. The feed in front, and it's Rooney! What a look and a finish. Danny Rooney. And we are tied at 3.
Unbelievable job by Rooney Jr. going to Maryland. His 19th goal on the year. Just an elite IQ. Sneaks, finishes, unbelievable job from a Lacrosse family. Kind of a combo of his brothers, Tommy and Jack. Can score, has speed. Huge goal for the Friars.
As proud dad, Tom, of course, part of the Varsity Media broadcasting team, but not this afternoon. He's wearing his dad hat. And look at this, breaking news. Ball loses a faceoff.
He was 7 for 7 before that. Lo Negro with a big win. It's crazy how momentum goes. You score a nice goal, then you win the next faceoff.
And it's Merrill out of the box inside the final 2 minutes of the first quarter.
Yeah, D'Agostino was there waiting for him as soon as he stepped off the box. You know, Coach Moran said we want to slide to some guys. Some guys maybe a little slow to go. But you saw some elite off-ball play by Rooney.
Here's Merrill. Comes downhill. Merrill denied up high by Walsh.
Nice to be 6'4" and stand in the cage. We saw a couple of goals like that from Merrill against Spalding where he got to the doorstep, but Walsh says not today.
Sean Connolly, just speed on speed for the two-way midi, gets the clear. In this game with so many different D middies, and like Connolly is that throwback, right? He will play both ways for Chaminade today inside the final minute, quarter number 1. Errant pass, loose ball. Brady goes for it, but he doesn't get it. Cutton came away. Feed up top, low to low. Balsamo, his second.
Change your levels. Unbelievable job by Cutton to come out of this with the GB. Head always up. Future Blue Jay finds the future Cavalier. Brady's been real good up top. You know what? I'll test him low. Low will go for Balsamo.
His older brother Charles, that power dodger, that lefty. John Balsamo, he's a righty. That first step, quick, tremendous high lacrosse IQ for Balsamo.
You know, that's what Cutton does, right? Coach Moran said the hockey assists, if you charted them, he'd have over 60. Well, that was a direct assist. He knows how to find the right guys in the right spots.
Quinn Ball back to doing what Quinn Ball does best, win faceoffs. An opportunity here inside the final 30 seconds for Chaminade.
Yeah, that ball kind of got loose. It was a little nifty slip of the pick. Gillis tried to find a flyer. The ball got knocked on the ground. Cutton came up with it and found Balsamo.
Here is Balsamo.
David McHugh on the ball, kind of the future pole for the Friars. Well, the future's now.
The feed, low shot, knocked down in front, and that will do it for quarter number 1. Gillis with the shot. It didn't make its way through to Brady. What a first quarter already, and it's been the John Balsamo show early.
Yeah, watch him. Kind of shoots through a lot of bodies, hard to find. Brady doesn't see it. Gives Chaminade the lead on a very entertaining first quarter.
Chaminade, St. Anthony's, 1 quarter in the books. You're watching it here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching Varsity Media, New York's high school sports network.
It's time to book a Varsity Media Sportscast and get on the big stage. A Varsity Media Sportscast is seen by thousands of people, both live and on demand, from friends and family all over the world to prospective college coaches. Our announcers will help tell the story of your team and your athletes. There is no bigger stage to be on than Varsity Media. Book a sportscast today by contacting Varsity Media.
Chief Graphics specializes in custom graphics and signs, helping schools, businesses, and organizations bring their vision to life. Their expert team manages every step of the process, from design and fabrication to seamless installation, making them a one-stop shop for all graphic needs, from press box graphics, wall and floor wraps, mesh field signage, tents and backdrops, dimensional signs and letters, to senior recognition posters and donor recognition displays. Chief Graphics delivers custom solutions that make a statement. And what a statement early on John Balsamo has made in this latest edition of St. Anthony's Chaminade Soap.
It's been really good. Ball's been really good as advertised. Brady's been hanging tough, 4 saves in the first quarter, keeping this a 1-goal game.
So first face-off of quarter number 2. Ball goes backwards, gets it to Sean Connolly. And the Flyers are off and running. We expect this one, as we saw in the first quarter, to be played at a very high tempo.
Yeah, tempo and fast. Chaminade wants to play fast with this version of this team, and you saw, speed on display with Conley from the wing.
Yeah, it's kind of Long Island's version of the NASCAR offense right now. And here is Balsamo.
Ball staying on, keeping Riley on the field.
And Zerillo on him.
Going to have numbers here.
Balsamo off the pipe. Chasing down the loose ball, Harrison Voorhees. He is whacked. That'll be a push. And the Flyers maintain possession.
Very smart by Chaminade. They put Riley and Ball in the pick game and then slipped the pick and had numbers. Good save by Brady to get a piece of that.
So it's Connor Cutton. A little hop, skip, and a jump. Harrison Voorhees, a converted attackman, right? Was that big body on the attack on the JV a year ago. Spinning around the cage, firing wide was Balsamo.
Yeah, Voorhees is a big kid going to Hobart. Got that tight end build. See if any tight ends get picked tonight by the Giants or the Jets.
Balsamo will join his older brother in a couple of years down in Charlottesville. Which is also something, right, that happens with Chaminade. You have the Kavanaugh brothers all playing together. Why not have the Balsamo brothers competing in the ACC together? Connolly loses it, and look at McDonald. The vacuum.
Great slide by Inzerillo.
And now St. Anthony's looks to go quick. Step down shot, Walsh the save.
Huge save. That's his third of the game. That was a huge one as St. Anthony's got out in transition. Now the Flyers are running.
Pole goal says no. Brady with the save.
Him and Walsh going tit for tat here. Two big-time goalies. No better day than today. Chaminade, St. Anthony's. Games that will be remembered forever. Have a day, goalies.
And we will have the breakout goaltending save of the game after the game. That's going to be a tough one to pick. So there's been some doozies already early on.
To be determined.
And there's Merrill. Very much the alpha for St. Anthony's. Follows in an incredible lineage, right, of alphas from Duffy to McAdory to O'Neill before him to Schreiber as well. Merrill, the feed and the finish. Ruddy.
He draws so much attention, Merrill. Watch this. Watch the D-midi for Chaminade. Shapiro kind of goes halfway. See him here, look, he's gonna stare at the ball. There he goes, halfway. Great pop by Ruddy, Michigan commit. One of the hottest players right now for St. Anthony's. He's been coming on of late. Still learning, but yeah, right. Follow the slide, bury the ball.
And Merrill did a pretty good job of quarterbacking in the fall, right? So why not continue it here in the spring? That a hotly contested face-off. And Chaminade will get the ball.
Yeah, Ben Bakir is going to be you. Drew a foul on the face-off few possessions ago. Gets a huge GB there.
Yeah, Bakir's part of that defensive midfielder unit, and you know Jack Moran says, look to your coaching staff, right? Look at Tom O'Connor, right? A guy who scores 30 goals in his senior year at Chaminade, goes on and plays defensive midfield for Maryland. And now, by the way, look at his championship ring as well, right? You want to get on, you want to play, you could do it as a defensive midfielder.
And we had the college game at Howard, right? You had Tully, you had Bonafide, both playing D midfield for Bucknell. Coach Moran said a great thing. He said, as a D midi, you get on the field more than an offensive midi.
Yeah, that's right.
And it's so true.
The feed was to Pizzo, but it was eaten up by Brady.
This is where you have to be clean in the clearing game.
Yeah, Brady checks.
Especially with the face-off disadvantage.
He just did what I tell my daughter, right? You cross the street, look both ways. Made sure. But now, look out. Brady comes away. Hey, Brady, have a go, why don't you?
Great job. Goaltending is more than just stopping the ball. You got to be confident. You got to be able to clear the ball. We saw it there.
Another flag on the field. So free possession for St. Anthony's with Billy Atkinson.
Would be tremendous. You get a free possession here. It would be great to get a goal out of your second midfield.
Here's Ronayne, the shifty lefty. We saw him get some man-up time as well.
Yeah, Solomon scored a big goal for them with this group out there last time.
Harrigan. Patience from the Friars. Harrigan bounces it. Shot clock was winding down anyway. Harrigan looks a little bit shaken up. Took a high hit, it looked like, from Duran.
Last thing the Friars need. It's another injury to one of their star players.
So offside, technical foul will reset the shot clock. And St. Anthony's will go man up for 30 seconds.
Last man up, you got a nice kill by Chaminade, but also a lengthy possession by St. Anthony's.
And the Friars will call timeout ahead of this man up. You mentioned before, listen, I've been to a lot of these St. Anthony Chaminade games, the game that I always look forward to. I've not been to as many as these guys, right? There he is in the camouflage hat. Jack Moran, after 37 years as a physical education teacher, retired in 2016. Played for Hall of Fame coaches, right? Bob Waters, Jack Henry you mentioned as well. 2 NCAA titles at Nassau under Hall of Fame coach Richard Speckman as well. 2 at UMass for the Hall of Famer Dick Garber.
If there's a Hall of Fame in lacrosse, Jack Moran's in it. His uncle was Richie Moran, a legend. His son Ryan's a coach at UMBC. Pat is a kind of professor and works with the Princeton lacrosse team. Jack Jr., just a lacrosse family.
And there's a look at Keith Weiserick as well, right? 14 CHSAA championships under Weiserick's belt. And a guy who's really built this program into what it is today, a national powerhouse.
Combined, we have close to 1,000 wins on the sideline. That's absolutely amazing.
Some great assistant coaches as well, right? Don't want to forget those guys. Kevin Adler, Doug Schreiber for St. Anthony's, Stephen Legart, Mike DeMeo, Greg Kay. We mentioned Tom O'Connell before, Chris Clark as well for Chaminade. So we go to X.
Good timeout by St. Anthony's. They definitely want Harrigan to be on the man up. Great stop.
Another for Walsh, and the ground ball scooped up as well. And that's the thing. You make a save and you get the ground ball, that pretty much does it for any man-up situation for the opponent.
Yeah, you saw Cacciabato, UNC recruit, his hands, quick release.
Look at the ride back, though, for St. Anthony's. They'll get it back with Rooney.
Triple team.
Hands up on the sideline, as I think St. Anthony's wants to make sure they get that personnel straight. Ruddy out of the box. We are tied at 4. A perfect afternoon for lacrosse and a huge crowd here at Cy Donnelly Field. Bleachers on both sides, so packed. Here comes Merrill. Top midfielder in his class in the country. There's the slide you mentioned before, and Fitzpatrick picks it up off the carpet.
Well timed, kind of saw the back of Merrill's helmet, gets it on the turf, gains an extra possession for the Flyers.
Lefty, physical defender going to Hopkins.
Yeah, he was the guy we saw go down cramping earlier. Defense loves having him back.
And there's Gillis. He has a goal already on the afternoon. Jack Moran will call timeout. Jared Beschel and Associates Law Firm specializes in all aspects of commercial and residential real estate transactions from New York City out to Montauk, with South Huntington, of course, in between. If you're looking to speak with a real estate attorney regarding your next real estate transaction, contact Jared Beschel at 516-490-1200 or email jbeschel@beschellaw.com. Take a look at our upcoming sportscasts. We got some good ones, Soap, as we head back to Nassau County, right? Class A, we had a great battle between Syosset and Farmingdale. Well, it's Port Washington and Massapequa. And then Southside, Cold Spring Harbor will be back here again. The number 2 ranked team in the country, Big Red from Lawrenceville, will come to Cy Donnelly Field. How about a little GC Northport and Division Bethpage, all right here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
We had the Dalers versus Syosset. Now we get Port Massapequa. I think that Class A is really up for grabs. Time to see if the Vikings from Port are for real.
And you see some of the crowd here. Student section packing that far side of the bleachers.
Yeah, they're poking the goat a little bit, right? Some chance against Merrill. Let's see if that comes back to haunt them.
Yeah, and you know, based on where you're sitting, you know who you're rooting for, right? Because it's like red to our left. And then I got a mix, some white, some black on the opposite side. But the press box is like Geneva, right? We're right in the middle here.
A lot of kids out, future Flyers, future Friars. It's great to see.
Balsamo comes back inside on Inzerillo. Pumps the brakes. Balsamo.
Just so confident with the ball. He just absorbs checks.
Still with it. Balsamo continues. Balsamo! The officials say no. Stepped in the crease.
He was determined to get to the rack. If he's a size 10, he wishes he was a size 9.5.
And here is Merrill. If you're Merrill, you need that next guy with you, right? And that's what Jake Johnston has been so well in this early season through the first 10 games for the Friars.
I think if you're St. Anthony's, you really like the pace of this game. You like your possessions.
Ready to feed. Oh, off the bar for Johnston. I think this one is going to land on Wolf Hill Road.
Unbelievable job. Great cut. Great feed by Ruddy. Only thing stopping that was a crossbar that might be a little dented.
Shot clock gets reset, and now here comes Merrill.
Johnson's just so two-handed. It's hard to tell if he's righty-lefty.
Ruddy switches to his left.
Good job in that little two-man game. We hadn't seen that in the last few games by St. Anthony's. I like that look. Taking advantage of maybe some quick doubles by the Flyers.
Interception at the crease. And there's 4 again, right? Fitzpatrick.
2 possessions in a row. He had a great slide. Now he's got it.
Bakiers, the ride back, but they'll say a hold there against St. Anthony's.
Chaminade's got to be careful running those guys to the box. They really need to support the clear, leaving some of their shorties out on an island.
There's Voorhees. Absorbs the contact, gets it to Bakiers. Shorty on him. Brody Rickert.
So we saw Gavin Lynch in some man-up situations inside. Haven't seen him really take any midfield runs.
Gillis. Slide comes his way, the pass out, and the ball on the carpet. Winning it was Connolly.
Not going to beat him in a foot race.
No. He's got a scoring going lately as well. Foul on the play. Gillis says, no problem. I'm going to finish it anyway.
With his right hand, going against Bramoff. Good job protecting his stick. Keeps it in his right hand. Hammers the far corner. So as a hold gets wiped out, hands free, let it fly. Stuck that in the corner.
Yeah, Gillis, as the Flyers faithful, love what they're seeing from the junior from Lynbrook.
You see that? That's a part of his game, too. He's an elite shooter, but he's also a power dodger. Plays two-handed. Had 29 goals last year. Will surpass that this year. Just an elite lacrosse player.
And what does he do really well? Also, he rides. Face-off win for St. Anthony's, and they'll try to go fast as Harrigan gets behind the cage.
Yeah, if you're at Chaminade and you're an attackman, all Coach Moran has to do is flip on a tape of the Kavanaughs riding.
That's it.
This is how you do it.
If they do it, you can do it as well. It's kind of like Coach Bond, right, over at Cold Spring Harbor, showing film of Ian Laviano doing the same.
Like I said before, goalie's got to save it. They got to clear it. They got to run the defense. If you're an attackman, you got to pass, shoot, and ride.
Here's Ruddy. Coming downhill, Johnston.
Really packed in man-to-man by Chaminade.
Timeout for St. Anthony's. We'll take it with them as well. 5-4. The lead with 1:12 left in quarter number 2. You're watching it all right here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Parents, your support means everything to your athletes and to us at Varsity Media. To help us continue bringing you the best YouTube coverage of high school sports on Long Island, we invite business owners to consider a sponsorship on our broadcasts. If you own a business, consider a sponsorship for your athlete's team. It's a great way to show support, gain visibility, and keep the coverage going strong. Join us in making a difference. Contact Varsity Media today to learn more about broadcast sponsorship opportunities by emailing ben@varsitymedia.net.
Back at Cy Donnelly Field, Dylan Butler, Brian Soper, for what is always, right, an annual showdown as we take a look, Soap, at the last 4 meetings. And you'll see a lot of similarities, right, between those because the guys in white and black were victorious.
There's nothing that Coach Moran and the Flyers want more than to stop this streak, right? 8-game winning streak for St. Anthony's. Chaminade's last win coming in 21. You see 4 in a row, dominance by the Friars. Chaminade hopes that it ends today. As I'm walking in, one of the grandparents was like, I think today's the day. I think it's going to end. Everyone's locked in.
Well, there is another meeting in less than a month's time, and that will determine the Catholic League Championship. That'll be at Stewart Stadium on the campus of Hofstra University as we're inside the final minute of quarter number 1.
I like this little 2-man action. Even if you don't set a pick, it's causing some confusion.
The feed in front, that's a heck of a catch by Merrill. Under duress, ball is loose in front, Walsh with the save.
Call the Beshel Law Firm, there was a robbery. Great save by Walsh, he's been really, really good the second half of the second quarter.
And now the visitors from Mineola. Maybe one final chance here. Bakirs loses it at the crease. It's kicked forward. Frantic final seconds of quarter number 2. Here comes Merrill. The feed. Oh, just missing this near post was Harrigan.
Yeah, Harrigan's going to want that back to future Terp, but it was Bramoff on the other end dislodging the ball.
And Jack Moran wants to talk it over for these final 6.5 or so seconds of quarter number 1.
That's just
actually quarter number 2, excuse me.
That's years of experience. There's 6 seconds to go. You can't take the timeout to the half. Gillis was caught on defense. Great timeout.
We mentioned before, right? 43 future Division I players. Here's a look at some of those from Chaminade.
It's unbelievable. Just college commitments all over from top D1, D2, D3. All 3 face-off guys on the Chaminade roster are committed. Mavlios, Rutgers, Sloma to Fairfield, Ball to UPenn. Defense, goalie, doesn't matter. Every position locked in. I'm sure there's a bunch of college coaches watching right now.
And we have a third slate here for Chaminade.
Yeah, unbelievable. Just talent, talent, talent. Kids grow up wanting to play for these 2 programs.
Even guys who aren't on the field this afternoon, because they're part of this program.
There are guys not making these teams that are going to play in college. So add another 15 to that. That's walking the halls of these Catholic high schools.
All right, so 8 seconds on the clock. Let's see what St. Anthony's has here coming out of the timeout.
Been doing really good with picks and then getting cutters. Look for Rooney starts with it. Little fish hook.
Oh, Rooney in and out of the stick of Harrigan. And Merrill. Walsh with the save as the first half comes to an end. So Chaminade, a 1-goal lead, Soap.
Gillis future Blue Devil. They could use some of that scoring on the attack. This kid's big time, hyping up the crowd. He wants it so bad, the entire Flyer family can feel it.
Chaminade, St. Anthony's. It is a one-goal game at the break. First half stats and more when we return here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
When it comes to live streaming, Varsity Media does it all. Athletic events, concerts, musicals, graduations, even weddings. Trust Varsity Media when it comes to your live stream event. Contact us today to learn more about Varsity Media's live streaming services at 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
At St. Francis Heart Center, we're not just regional heart experts. We share our greater success with the world. We don't just pioneer technology. We do it more than anywhere on Greater Long Island. And we don't just win awards. We deliver greater outcomes for people like you. As New York's only specialty designated cardiac center, we're not satisfied with just being good. This is Long Island. This is St. Francis Heart Center. And greater lives here.
Varsity Media is now opening up our schedule to any team looking to be on a sportscast. Watching yourself on camera is okay, but hearing your name on a Varsity Media sportscast is like you're a pro.
And look at this opportunity. Feldman behind. Jersey pulled. Feldman! Feldman!
The loose ball, Keyshawn White has it. He's just going to let it fly. Oh! Keyshawn White from half court. That is cash! What a way to end the third quarter.
Look at this. Merrill. No slide. No problem. Gary Merrill goes top corner.
Varsity Media offers sports coverage for any sport, and our coverage airs live and on demand so everyone can watch the game. Now is the time to be a star on Varsity Media. Contact us to book a sportscast today at 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net. You're watching Varsity Media, New York's high school sports network.
Hey parents, Varsity Media is now offering ISO video of just your athlete. Why settle for the wide angle that shows every player on the field? With our ISO video, your athlete is front and center the entire game. This footage will help in creating highlight videos for college coaches to better pinpoint your athlete's play on the field. Watching our video will help your athlete improve progressively throughout the season and may lead to a college scholarship. Varsity Media is now booking ISO videos for the spring, but spots are limited. Contact us today for lacrosse, baseball, softball, and tennis by calling 516-403-2050 or emailing ben@varsitymedia.net.
Are you a local business looking for new and creative ways to promote your company? Varsity Media offers affordable rates that can get your message across to a demographic of 18 to 54 years of age. Our follower base across social media is 50,000 strong, and our viewership numbers per game are in the thousands. Don't blow your advertising budget on old staples like TV and radio media. Reach out to Varsity Media to get the best bang for your buck.
He's got room to go. Merrill towards the end zone. Lost his lid. Touchdown!
JJ Damo, face on, stay on athlete. Controlling the face-off. That's 3 in a row now.
Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for upcoming schedules and content, and on social media at Varsity Media. High school sports fans, Varsity Media is the exclusive live stream partner of Nassau County Championships. To live stream fall, winter, and spring championship events, head to varsitymediapass.com to order. Now accessible on smart TVs. Varsity Media is your home for the Nassau County Championships.
Parents, your support means everything to your athletes and to us at Varsity Media. To help us continue bringing you the best YouTube coverage of high school sports on Long Island, we invite business owners to consider a sponsorship on our broadcasts. If you own a business, consider a sponsorship for your athlete's team. It's a great way to show support, gain visibility, and keep the coverage going strong. Join us in making a difference. Contact Varsity Media today to learn more about broadcast sponsorship opportunities by emailing ben@varsitymedia.net.
For all the latest Varsity Media updates, including our game schedules, be sure to follow us on social media at Varsity Media, the home for New York high school sports.
When it comes to live streaming, Varsity Media does it all. Athletic events, concerts, musicals, graduations, even weddings. Trust Varsity Media when it comes to your live stream event. Contact us today to learn more about Varsity Media's live streaming services at 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
Back at Cy Donnelly Field, look at that structure, right? When we were here last, that wasn't here, right? Just popped up seemingly out of nowhere. We know that the team store is open, snack stand just to its side, not yet, but we were treated to some nice snacks in the first half for sure. Terrific crowd as well on hand to look at some of those Friar faithful. We showed you the Chaminade crowd, of course, earlier as well. A really good opening half, and it was a 5-4 lead for Chaminade. Design, build, and maintain your dream home. J&R Custom Landscaping has been proudly offering landscape design for over 30 years. Give them a call today. And when we talk about the landscape of lacrosse on Long Island, usually that conversation begins with these two teams. Soap, as we take a look at the first half stats between these two rivals.
Very even game so far. 5-4 on the scoreboard. Shots pretty even. Dominating the faceoff X as expected, but I think St. Anthony's has done a good job dominating possession, especially in that second quarter. Saves are pretty even. Walsh was very active in that last half of that second quarter. Ground balls even. Turnovers 6 for Chaminade. Definitely want to clean that up. But some really, sharing the ball for St. Anthony's. 4 guys with 1 goal. Solomon, Rooney, Johnston, Ruddy, and Balsamo and Gillis leading the way with 2 apiece for the Flyers.
And Finn Pizzo with 1 as well for Chaminade. Clear game, right? Always so important. How about St. Anthony's? A perfect 8 for 8 in the clear, while Chaminade 5 of 7 in the first half.
So a little, this game started really high tempo, right? 7 goals in the first quarter, slowed down in the second with 2 goals, but I think that was due to Brady and a guy named Walsh in the cage. They were pretty darn good.
Yeah, the 2 goalies were outstanding in that first half. And listen, right now at least the idea for Weiserick and the Friars is we alternate games. So we're going to be here on Saturday against Lawrenceville. And if you're a Lawrenceville coach, maybe you're watching and you're saying, we're going to get Rappaport. But I don't know, man. The way Brady's playing, do you go now with the hot hands? It's champagne problems, right?
Both goalies are really good, recruited to their schools by goalies, so you know that they have the goods. Mark Miller was a great goalie at Adelphi. Coaches Lynn and obviously Coach Toomey loves Rappaport and what he brings to the table.
So back to the face-off X. We showed you Quinn Ball's numbers. Another win for him. His brother, too, right? James wore the number 19 for James Regan, of course.
We've seen him able to win face-offs, use his wings, his ability to change it up and win it for himself. Has really good skills. 6 goals on the year, so he's dangerous.
Dangerous, too, is 11, Bramoff. The interception, the feed, the one more, and the finish! Harrigan!
That's what 11 does. Harrigan, he fills the net, but what a one-handed pickoff by Bramoff. Intercepts the pass to Gillis, gets it to Rooney, elite vision. Harrigan buries it. Exactly what the Friars needed. Starts with 11, ends with 89. Nice assist by Rooney. Tie ball game.
Harrigan with the elite first name of Dylan scores goal number 14 on the season.
That's the thing about lacrosse. They're not winning face-offs, but they're getting extra possessions with their knocking down passes, and they're capitalizing on their transition attempts.
And that was key number 1, right, for Weiserick ahead of this game. How do you maximize, not how do you get them, but then maximize your possessions?
You're seeing a healthy Bramoff. He was banged up last year, banged up in the summer. His rankings may have dropped a little bit, but you're seeing why at some points last year he was the number 1 recruit in the country.
Lefty rip Gillis! The Hattie for the junior, bound for Duke.
Bramoff's an elite junior. Gillis answers back. 6'2", 165. Look at Cutton, comes out of his role. Look at that vision. Shoot through the screen. Hammer time for Gillis. That tie game wasn't for long.
Yeah, Gillis. Hard lefty shot. Tenacious power lacrosse player. That was a power shot.
I love it. They put Gillis on the wing.
Gillis stings it wide.
How's that for confidence? You're going to win the draw and not lose it. Put your Duke stud on the wing so you can create some transition and maybe catch them in the sub game. Love that little wrinkle.
Out of the box, Connolly, but Balsamo will take it himself against Inzerillo. Cutton. Connolly so fast. You've got to account for him as well if you are St. Anthony's. That was Lynch to the cage.
Good to see Lynch out there. Definitely a little limited in the first half. Brady's been very, very good up top.
And it's Merrill now.
A lot of times you see goalies get small, they shrink on the corners. He does not. He stands tall, and I think it catches these shooters off guard.
Harrigan. Gillis still on. Ruddy to Johnston. As you mentioned before, right? You've got Rooney, Harrigan, Johnston, Ruddy, and Solomon, your goal scorers for St. Anthony's.
Yeah, Gillis is on it on defense, but he's shutting off Rooney. Look for Rooney to get involved in the pick game or try to get the ball.
Rooney the kick out to Merrill.
See the quick slide.
Ruddy goes high. Another save for Walsh.
Yeah, nice cut. St. Anthony's has done a good job off ball, getting shots. Not going to beat the 6'4" goaltender up top there.
Rugby scrum for the ball. And Balsamo, the man in black, comes away with it.
The little things, ground balls, toughness.
The scoop. Oh, what a move! Gillis! His 4th.
I mean, the handle is ridiculous, but Lynch definitely hobbled, makes a great catch, a little submarine feed. Gillis does a little Cooper flag, right? Gets up big. One extra step to greatness, finishes the ball, but you got to give it to the Gavin Lynch, Notre Dame senior commit, gutting it out and making a huge play for the Flyers.
Yeah, his brother Will, currently at Notre Dame, scored the overtime winner here at Cy Donnelly Field the last time Chaminade beat St. Anthony's.
Huge possession here. Last thing you want is a 3-goal run if you're St. Anthony's.
And so Bramoff on Gillis. And the Flyers slow things down. Finn Pizzo. Back to Balsamo. The feed from Cutton off the mark. Ground ball picked up by St. Anthony's.
Great look, getting upfield.
That was Kelton. Harrigan, what a save by Walsh.
That looked like another 44 who wore red and also wore, it for the Irish. Kind of goes down, but 6'4", even on your knees, he's about 6'1".
And the clearing game still an issue for Chaminade. And that is a way that you do get additional possessions if you are St. Anthony's.
Got a great shot. They've been really good in transition. Clean look. Just a great stop.
These two teams no strangers, of course, to the national rankings and the latest USA Lacrosse Top 25. St. Anthony's sits at 13 after back-to-back defeats. Chaminade at 14.
Yeah, Harrigan draws a shorty.
Ball knocked down. It's loose. And the Flyers come away. Chaminade looks to push, at least momentarily, as they get the clear. So this is a chess match. Balsamo.
Yeah, great ground ball, Christian Atwell.
Yeah, Atwell, part of that, what did Moran call it? The smorgasbord of second midfielders?
That was a heck of a GB. Smart, legged it out, headman pass. Smart move, not forcing it on the attack.
1 versus 1. Balsamo turns on McDonald. Tries to get topside. McDonald in his grill. Gets it back from X.
Yeah, Inzarilla was creeping, trying to get a double.
Gillis, at least for a second, showed like he'd set the screen. Coming downhill. BTB by Lynch. And Brady comes away with it.
Yeah, good shot. Kind of increased his angle there. Nice job by Brady getting a piece of it. This is the second to last matchup for Lynch, and he wants to be out there, obviously.
Just a scorer. So too is double deuce, Billy Atkinson.
The Bryant coaching staff's going to love that. The junior, lefty, real smart, healthy, been battling injuries. But you see what he brings to the table here. You're not going to play me. Snap it. Not easy to beat a guy like Walsh up top. Atkinson showing some range.
Sean Ronayne with the assist. Atkinson, goal number 1.
Only been back for like a week and starting to really feel like himself, and you saw it there with an elite snipe.
So Merrill on the wing there, unable to get the ball, and Chaminade back on attack.
Really good job by St. Anthony's withstanding that little two-goal run.
There's Gillis.
Coach Moran said they try to run him out of the box a little bit, try to get matchups, but Bramoff was there waiting.
Balsamo just wide.
The on-ball 6-on-6 defense for St. Anthony's been really good.
Yeah, St. Anthony's on the year, averaging only 8 goals against.
Yes, David McHugh drawing Cutton.
Yeah, Cutton brings him back to midfield. He wants to get downhill. Cutton goes low. Brady the save. Rebound in. Voorhees.
Future statesman from Hobart picks up a little loose change. Nice job by Cutton downhill. Gets off a good shot. Rebound. The junior from Brightwaters, his 4th goal on the season.
And the 2-goal lead back for the visitors.
Six for 6 this quarter for Ball.
Gillis thought about it, pulls it back out. Just saw Mike Meyerhofer a moment ago. Athletic Towson commit. Part of that really good defensive midfield unit for Chaminade.
Have numbers. See, now they have Cutton coming out of the box.
Balsamo, pair of goals for him. Cutton's got a couple of helpers.
Yeah, you see Reichert on the ball.
Skips it. The feed. Low shot. Stung just wide by Lynch.
Yeah, Lynch is an elite shooter. Great vision by Cutton. You know, Rickards like that main D-midi for them. Junior go to Towson. Lost Balillo. Valerio from last year. He's got to be the guy.
And Lynch, just a gamer, right? Like, you could see he's hobbling out there. And there were question marks for both teams, right? Kelton on the other side. You are not sitting out Chaminade St. Anthony's.
Yeah, unfortunately, we don't get to see Robbie Johnson, number 26 ranked kid in the junior class, probably number 1 faceoff guy, Penn State, dealing with the hammy.
Yeah, the wars between him and Ball have been legendary.
Yeah, last year it was Ball versus him and Moon.
Balsamo, the bouncer, as the shot clock went off. Another save for Brady.
Good defensive possession.
Bramoff the other way. Harrigan up top to Johnston.
Brady's been really good.
While St. Anthony's has only given up 8 goals a game, they've only scored 10. And again, they're banged up. They're injured. They play maybe the hardest schedule in the country. But as Weiserick has said on a number of occasions, right, no one is feeling bad for us. As it's Ruddy. Harassed, the handoff. Here is Merrill. The Chaminade crowd loves every time the ball is in Merrill's stick.
He has a short stick on him now. Let's see if they try to get him the ball. 1 assist.
And Merrill goes to the cage. The short stick on him, the 2-way midfielder Connolly. Rooney hands it to Merrill. Lowers a shoulder, lowering the boom. The rebound is potted home by Cacciabato.
You just knew when he got the ball at X that Merrill was going to lower that shoulder and go hard. Gets top side. Great save by Walsh. Gets it with his toes. Just lowers the shoulder. You can't stop him when he lowers that shoulder. Dips in. Great save with his legs. Cacciabato on the spot. UNC commit.
And he said it before, right? It helps to be 6'4", because Walsh went high, thinking the shot was going to go there and still was able to make the save with his foot.
How many? Well, I don't want to call them garbage goals because they're they take skill to pick it up. But we've seen a lot of rebound pickups and dunks.
And Ball, the pickup. When there's 6:30 a.m. workouts at the school, 19 literally leads the way. Took a hard hit.
Yeah, you want to see the St. Anthony's wings maybe make it a little bit tougher. If you can't win the initial clamps, scrap it up a little more. But Ball's really tough when he gets the ball near his feet.
And it's Merrill now. Final minute of quarter number 3 as St. Anthony's tries to tie this game up.
That would be huge. Brady's been big, 9 saves. If you can get this tied going into the 4th, that's ideal.
Fitzpatrick, a couple slashes on Merrill. The feed, and Harrigan. That went off, I thought, the stick.
Great save.
Right?
Just big, stands in there, challenges you to beat him. Took that one off the stick or the chest.
Bakirs. Rooney tries to push him out. Nearly did. Here's Connolly now. Final 10 seconds of the third quarter. Connolly runs against McDonald. Takes a shot. Connolly, saved by Brady.
10th save for Brady, little chicken wing. Don't rub it, it don't hurt. It's Chaminade St. Anthony's.
What a game we have here. A 1-goal game at the half. A 1-goal game through 3 quarters. You're watching it all right here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching Varsity Media, New York's high school sports network.
Hey parents, Varsity Media is now offering ISO video of just your athlete. Why settle for the wide angle that shows every player on the field? With our ISO video, your athlete is front and center the entire game. This footage will help in creating highlight videos for college coaches to better pinpoint your athlete's play on the field. Watching our video will help your athlete improve progressively throughout the season and may lead to a college scholarship. Varsity Media is now booking ISO videos for the spring, but spots are limited. Contact us today for lacrosse, baseball, softball, and tennis by calling 516-403-2050 or emailing ben@varsitymedia.net.
Chief Graphics specializes in custom graphics and signs, helping schools, businesses, and organizations bring their vision to life. Their expert team manages every step of the process, from design and fabrication to seamless installation, making them a one-stop shop for all graphic needs. From retail signage, wall and floor wraps, vehicle graphics, wayfinding signage, Chief Graphics delivers custom solutions that make an impact. Who, Brian Soper, will make an impact in this fourth quarter?
So far, the goalies have made tremendous impact. 10 saves for Brady, 9 for Walsh. Bramoff's made impact. Gillis took over in that third quarter. It's up for grabs. Who wants it?
Yeah, now it's the money quarter.
See Kelton.
Ball, another clean win. As we mentioned earlier, 8 consecutive wins for St. Anthony's in this rivalry. They used to play 3 times. They switch it to 2. But whatever number of games you've played in a season, you have to go back to 2021 for the last Flyers win. That came here, though, in South Huntington.
This is not what you want to see. Balsamo on a shorty.
Balsamo, the feed, the little hezzy, and finish. Cutting. Hey, he's been the provider today. Now he gets to eat.
That's stealing money. Balsamo against the shorty. No slide comes. Cutton gets lost in there. The senior cuts to the back pipe. Shows his IQ. Little hezzy dodge. Slide comes, find the back pipe. Doesn't shoot it right away. Little fake. Unbelievable job by Cutton. Great find by Balsamo.
And Inzerillo was kind of on an island back there, right? He slides late, but now no one picks up Cutton on the back door.
Yeah, Cutton's always 3 steps ahead of everybody. He knew that slide was coming, knew exactly where he was going, and did the hard part, finish against Brady.
And ball, another face-off win. We mentioned it before, right? Number 19 for Jimmy Regan, the Manhasset native. He wore 19 at Chaminade, played at Duke. He enlisted in February of 2004, spent 3 years in the Army, earned a Bronze Star, a Purple Heart, several medals, making his service in Iraq and Afghanistan before he was killed in the line of duty in February of 2007. He has been an inspiration to these Flyers ever since. And another one for the boys from Mineola.
It's that attack. 2 juniors and a senior. Last year it was 2 softs and a junior. Balsamo finds Gillis. He cans it down low. First it was Balsamo finding Cutton. Then Balsamo finds Gillis. His 5th goal on the day.
And now it becomes danger time as ball, the Fogo goal! Number 19 leads the way.
That's his 7th goal on the season. None bigger than this one in the rivalry. The only freshman ever, 4-time varsity player for the Flyers. Right down Broadway, protects his stick, finishes the rock. Ball, Balsamo, Gillis, Cutton, the usual suspects in red.
The Flyer faithful have been chanting his name every face-off. They went berserk on that Fogo goal.
UPenn is getting a special one.
And another face-off win. His brother was very good at that craft as well. We mentioned before, wore number 19 in his senior year.
Yeah, his brother, unbelievable. 20 ground balls for the game for Chaminade. They're winning the ground ball war, 20-11. Shows up on the scoreboard.
John Balsamo, maybe he'll be 19 in a year's time. Brother Charles wore that number as a senior. Gets downhill, feeds to X. Chaminade right now rolling, 11-7 their lead. BTB off the post.
Cutton in his office at X. Got the St. Anthony's defense hung. Found Mendelson, who tried to go BTB, hit a pipe.
Gillis tries to round the cage. That's wide. The backup was there.
Yeah, Mendelson tried a little reverse layup.
Off the restart. A question mark shot by Cutton. And again, it seems like everything right now going Chaminade's way.
Yeah, Mendelson goes full Superman.
And now Lynch, top side. Lynch, the bouncer.
Yeah, top side, 36 goals last year, 24 this year at 5-5 versus Wilton and barely played in the 4th quarter.
Another save by Brady. We mentioned his older brother Will, but let's not forget Jude as well, right? At Holy Cross right now, doing his thing. And here's Bramoff. St. Anthony's, well, first you need to clear the ball.
Chaminade was matching feet.
Johnston to the cage, tried to get it to him. Great knockdown. Ryan Battaglia, 42. And Battaglia comes away with it.
Great job by Battaglia.
It was a good idea by Bramoff because Johnston was open cutting to the cage. But again, Battaglia got that long pole in the way. He is fired up.
Yeah, Battaglia's a hooper too. Oh,
here comes Merrill. St. Anthony's needs a goal fast. Here's Harrigan. And the problem, though, again, right, if you're St. Anthony's, is, yeah, you can get a goal here as Johnston comes out of the box, but then how do you get possession?
Yeah, it's been all Chaminade possessions in this fourth quarter. Getting outshot 8-1, I think, in the fourth quarter.
Here's Ruddy on the short stick. Loses it. Brody Shapiro.
Just tough on-the-ball defense. Little can opener. Gets the turnover.
Athletic Shapiro can run. Really good in the clearing game as well. Loose ball. Ruddy comes away with it.
That's one thing you want to clean up if you're Chaminade. Some turnovers in the clearing game.
It's now Rooney from X. Shapiro on him. Rooney spins. Kicks it out to Merrill.
It's got to be Merrill time.
He has been part of so many great comebacks, whether it's in the fall, the feed, and the finish. And now Ruddy, his second of the game.
Like a true quarterback, takes a hit, has his head up, finds Ruddy. Second time Merrill's found Ruddy around the crease area. That's been a real strength today for St. Anthony's, is their off-the-ball movement and cutting. That's really been tough for Chaminade to handle. Kind of fades back, finds Ruddy, quick finish.
I'm going to date myself here, but remember that old commercial? Was it, I think, Timex? Takes a licking and keeps on ticking. That is Gary Merrill for sure.
Yeah, it was great. What he did was great. He had the contact, he absorbed it, he stepped away, got his eyes, was able to see the field. Great job by him.
Look at this, the push forward. Now it's a scrap.
Might have left the box a little early.
So St. Anthony's gets the ball back. Down by 3. Merrill to Harrigan. And Johnston. All of these guys have found the back of the net this afternoon. Ruddy, the only multiple scorer right now for St. Anthony's. So they have been balanced. Rooney has also found the back of the net.
Yeah, Ruddy's done a good job finding space.
Harrigan, the feed. Johnston impacted from behind by Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, great range by Fitzpatrick to get his stick on the hands.
And we come the other way. Duran, the feed. Balsamo to the crease. In and out. Loose ball. Push. Called against Chaminade. It will be St. Anthony's ball.
Yeah, another turnover by Chaminade. 13th turnover for them.
Yeah, so they're keeping this window of opportunity open right now for St. Anthony's. Johnston, the bouncer, wide. Oh, no backup. Fitzpatrick, the first to the ball.
Those plays won't appear in any stat sheet, but that check on the hands by Fitzpatrick, that running the ball to the end line with 5:29 to go, those two plays are huge.
Now you got to ride it back if you're St. Anthony's. And we'll punt return it with Connolly.
Too easy.
And a timeout is called by Chaminade. We'll take it with them as well. 5:15 left, quarter number 4. Chaminade with an 11-8 lead. You're watching all right here in the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Varsity Media is now opening up our schedule to any team looking to be on a sportscast. Watching yourself on camera is okay, but hearing your name on a Varsity Media Sportscast is like you're a pro.
And look at this opportunity. Feldman behind. Jersey pulled. Feldman! Feldman!
The loose ball, Keyshawn White has it. He's just going to let it fly. Oh! Keyshawn White from half court. That is cash. What a way to end the third quarter.
As West barks out the signals. West is going to keep it himself inside the 5 to the goal line. Touchdown! Touchdown, Southside.
Varsity Media offers sports coverage for any sport, and our coverage airs live and on demand so everyone can watch the game. Now is the time to be a star on Varsity Media. Contact us to book a sportscast today at 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
Jared Beschel and Associates Law Firm specializes in all aspects of commercial and residential real estate transactions. From New York City to Montauk, if you're looking to speak with a real estate attorney regarding your next real estate transaction, contact Jared Beschel at 516-490-1200 or email jbeschel@beschellaw.com. Dylan Butler, Brian Soper, our entire Varsity Media crew here. 5:14 left in the fourth quarter.
Good job by St. A's. Doubles the ball. Inzerillo and Bramoff. Inzerillo gets the ball on the carpet. Future pioneer for Sacred Heart.
And now it's McDonald's. 3-goal game.
Huge possession. Must score, in my opinion.
Ruddy out of the box. He pumps the brakes and will push it back out.
Gillis playing defense.
Atkinson, he's also found the back of the net today. Pumps the brakes, switches to his left. Another knockdown, but the possession continues with Merrill.
Number 4 has got some radar on that stick.
D'Agostino against Merrill. Merrill, he likes the contact. But the help comes. Good win back by Harrigan. And a flag as well against Chaminade.
Great double, great check. Gavin Duran, the junior from Sands Point. 2-year varsity player. Got time as a sophomore. Well timed.
So the officials having a conversation, and we'll see what they have out of this. One-minute cross-check against the Flyers.
It's against D'Agostino. You know, it's big having him in the box. Time to dust off your best man of play ever to get a goal here if you're St. Anthony's.
4:02 left. The Friars are down by 3. They're trying to avoid an incredibly rare 3-game losing streak.
See Ronayne and Merrill starting to crease, a 1-4 look. Definitely not going to stay in it. Pop the crease.
Harrigan, high bouncer.
Number 4 has been all over the ball, Fitzpatrick.
Step down. And that wasn't finding the back of the net by Rooney.
Fourth quarter has all been about number 4, Fitzpatrick. Getting a stick on everything. 3-3 look now.
Harrigan to Johnston. Merrill off the bar by Rooney.
Great job by Rooney coming up the hash. Hands free, let it fly. Caught the pipe.
Seconds remaining in this man up. Merrill!
We've seen him dishing. Now he says, it's my time. 3 minutes to go. Just so tough when he gets going downhill. Gets that shoulder to the middle. rockets the ball into the net. Just, it's my time. Future Tar Heel gets to his right hand. That's lights out for any goaltender.
It happened right at the end of the man up.
27 goals on the year for Gary Merrill.
Ball, the clean win. Balsamo, and now Chaminade. They'll play some keep away with this shot clock.
It's a good strategy. Get it to number 1. Have him make a really good decision.
Brady, at least for now, right? Still in his net.
Yeah, I think you just got to play this out. Play it straight. You need a stop. You need a save. You need a one-time GB. Get you out.
Connolly, the feed. And now it's Cutton. Chased by McDonald. Back to Connolly. He could run for days. Connolly.
There you go.
Stripped from behind. Bramoff comes away with it.
Yeah, great job. Bramoff got it. Gavin Johnston, the junior, Jacob's brother.
Oh! Goal! McDonald!
That's what he brings to the table. Elite athleticism, a great stick. Everyone's going to want to see this. Great job by Johnston. Unbelievable. Jumps up and shoots it as he's getting to the ground. Takes a hit. Saw him at halftime getting taped up. He's definitely a little bit banged up as well. Couldn't tell by that amazing play. Back-to-back goals by future Tar Heels.
So he's hurt, or he's feeling it on the bench. So too is Connolly. And we mentioned it before, Kieran Walsh, part of the latest pipeline, right? From Chaminade to Notre Dame.
Unbelievable to South Bend from Mineola. See on the left there, Dan Hickey was the bagpiper for Notre Dame. Jack Zulo was a great goalie as well. Alex Zeff, unbelievable left-hander, went to Notre Dame. And then the cream of the crop, maybe the best collegiate goalie ever, Liam Entenmann, wearing 44. And now 44 Walsh following in his footsteps for Coach Corrigan and Coach Wellner, who is also a Flyer graduate.
Ball, the win. And now you've got to keep the ball if you are Chaminade. The heat is going to come. Balsamo.
The shot clock and the game clock are very tough, so you're going to have to play this out for probably 25, 30 seconds. Then you got to take a chance. Go out and double. Try to make it ugly.
And again, Brady's still in the cage. Balsamo backs it up to that far corner. Bramoff is coming. And the feed back out to Gillis. Gillis takes a slash from Bramoff as we are now inside the final minute of regulation.
Don't foul if you're St. Anthony's.
Gillis. Bramoff took a chance.
It's about 27 seconds difference, so you can get a transition if you get a stop.
Balsamo, a little hop, a little skip. Spins on Inzerillo. Balsamo, GLE, timeout. Chaminade. 5 seconds on the shot clock, 33 seconds on the game clock.
Very interesting X and O here. What are you going to do? You have 5 seconds to go. Last time, you're definitely going to double the ball if you're St. Anthony's. If you're Chaminade, are you going to the rack or are you going to dump it in the corner and ride this thing out? 1 goal game, interesting strategy. What does Chaminade want to do? Do they want to go to the cage? Do they want to toss it and ride? Sacrifice maybe, a goal to save a possession? or do you want to, push the cage and try to seal this thing for real? St. Anthony's, you're going to double the ball. Inzerillo, a lefty, probably Bramoff. Get the ball on the carpet, try to get a transition goal.
So we take you back to May 20th, 2021, 11-10 overtime. Chaminade walks it off with Will Lynch.
Will Lynch got a pick by Bonafide, goes 5-hole, buries the biscuit. Yes, that's Will Lynch, the goal scorer. He's also the 328 career ground balls, leads Notre Dame, elite faceoff guy, two-time honorable mention All-American, two-time Natty champ. But on that day, he was the hero for the Flyers, and that's the last time they won. Bonafide made it 10-9 in that game. Devin O'Sullivan, 10-10, and Lynch iced it.
They returned, 9 days later to Gold Star Stadium, and then Andrew McAdory, now a star at Duke, led the way. Mike Leo, Owen Duffy, right? Like legendary names right now, lifted another championship for St. Anthony's.
So no reason to take the goalie out. It looks like they put their pole on already. It looks like Chaminade's probably going to run out the 5 seconds and dump it and ride.
Balsamo sends it high into the air. That's Cy Donnelly. So 28.3 seconds. Here we go. Is there an equalizer here for St. Anthony's?
Jacob Johnston.
16 seconds. And a timeout for St. Anthony's with 14 seconds left in regulation time. So we showed you the future college commits. Here is the litany for St. Anthony's.
Just super impressive. College coaches, they scout these programs from the JV, from the freshman team. These kids find great homes. Dennis Brady's been tremendous today, right? Taking shots. Guys are going to Duke and Virginia. He's going to Lynn, and he's going to have a hell of a career there. Skidmore, Binghamton, just unbelievable programs these kids are going to.
You got Adelphi on the list as well, right? Justice Durham not playing today. One of the injured players right now for St. Anthony's. See Mikey Riley also going to Adelphi, and we also have 3 slates here for the Friars as well. Patrick Heron.
Robbie Johnson, heal up, my man. We want to see you at Hofstra.
And there's the Harrigan rounding out the list, that numerical order list. So now if you are St. Anthony's, can Gary Merrill get a touch here in the final 14 seconds?
Off ball has been key for St. Anthony's today. Give it to Merrill. Give it to whoever you want. Have them dodge hard. Try to draw a slide. Get a cutter. Maybe it's Rooney. Maybe it's Harrigan. Try to bury the ball and be a hero.
14 seconds remaining. Looks like it's Johnston, 77, who will get things started for the Friars.
Yeah, D'Agostino's on him. Fitzpatrick draws Merrill.
And here is Merrill with 9.
Watch the cutters.
Merrill lowers the shoulder. Merrill off the pipe. Rebound! Just over by Johnston. Johnston again.
Saved by Walsh.
And Chaminade. They break the streak of 8 consecutive wins for St. Anthony's. And just as they did with Will Lynch, they rush the field and party like it's 2021.
It wasn't a goal, it was a save. Unbelievable job, resiliency by St. Anthony's to get extra opportunities. Johnston didn't miss by much. I'm not sure who shot it, but Walsh, 6'4", gobbled it up on the turf. You see why he's going to Notre Dame. That's a save you'll remember for a lifetime.
And there were so many incredible saves today, but listen, Kieran Walsh, you not only lead Chaminade to a memorable victory here at Cy Donnelly Field, you also get the breakout goaltending save of the game. Why not, right? We could have picked any number of them. But the save of the game brought to you by Breakout Goaltending Group, Long Island's longest-running goalie-exclusive training program, serving boys and girls elementary through college age, all year round since 2004. Today's Breakout Save of the Game winner receives a certificate good for one complimentary lesson with Long Island's finest Breakout Goaltending Group. Visit them online at breakoutgoaltending.com. Brian Soper, take it away.
That kid's already broken out. He is an elite star, takes one off the chest, goes over top, gets back in the net here. Great feed by Rooney. Boop, right down low on Johnston. Unbelievable stop. Throw it up, pump your chest, be a hero. 44, following the footsteps of your mentor, Liam Entenmann. That kid's on his way to greatness. Scotty Rogers, Liam Entenmann, look out. Kieran Walsh is tearing down to South Bend.
Yeah, but not yet, right? Kevin Corrigan wants him for this weekend. And
they got a good one to Ricciardelli, right? But Walsh, unbelievable job. Great save. Fitting. Both goalies were great. Tip your hat to Dennis Brady. But it took a save at the end. St. Anthony's clawed. They got their opportunities. Walsh was just too good at the end.
And the streak, as any Chaminade fans, all of those fans are saying, is over, right? Chaminade finally, after 8 consecutive defeats, a lot of close games among those as well, they finally slay the beast, if you will. But the fun is, Soap, we've got another game coming up in less than a month, right? May 15th at Stewart Stadium, and that's the one where you'll lift a trophy. As you see the fans filing out along that terrific walkway with all the championship banners, but they will walk out. Those guys in red will walk out really happy after a tremendous win. You hoped, right? You come in today, you hope it comes down to the final shot. It did, Soap. And Kieran Walsh saved the day for Chaminade. What a game.
If you're St. Anthony's, I think you're really happy, right? You lost 11-10. You had an opportunity to win it. You didn't win many face-offs. Chaminade kind of clean it up a little bit, right? Try to make sure that you don't keep it this close. But to lose that many face-offs and to lose by a goal, good job by St. Anthony's.
Yeah, Soap, we talked about this game. We dissected it. We planned for it. And it's amazing, right? You go through all that work and effort, and Soap, it comes down to the final seconds, right? And we mentioned before all the different players throughout the years who have played a role in this game, right? The last time Chaminade won this championship, Patty Kavanaugh orchestrated an incredible comeback. They were down 3. They scored 5 consecutive goals, and Kavanaugh scores the winner. He goes on and wins a national championship at Notre Dame, but he remembers that moment for his high school, for his boys winning that game, and that's what Chaminade today will remember. Now, a championship wasn't on the line. That is happening in May 15th, but right now, advantage Flyers.
This is a game. These are memories that last a lifetime. You'll be talking about this for your entire life. And I think both teams made tremendous plays, have things that they can really be proud of. Both coaching staffs, I think, did a great job adjusting and moving pieces around. And, you know, kudos to St. Anthony's. All the noise, all the injuries, it doesn't matter. These two teams get on the field. It's an absolute war, and it's done with the utmost respect and admiration.
What a ball game. It is Chaminade who win it by 1 over St. Anthony's. That'll do it here from South Huntington. For our entire Varsity Media crew, our executive producer, Ben Turchin, Becca Kazaks, our technical director, for Kevin Catalanano, Tony DeMasso, and Ron Pierre, bringing you all those great moving images. For my broadcast partner, Brian Soper, Dylan Butler, thanking you for joining us from Cy Donnelly Field. We look forward to seeing you next time right here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.